What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Is everyone having a good day? See who's here. Info Warrior, what's up? Hey, Marlene. Oh, wow, Marlene, you're seeing your son. That's awesome, man. He's at Episcopal. What's up, Jost? Standing in line at a Who concert. Oh man, Barbara, how you doing? Hey, Pamela. Thank you for your donations. Sometimes I get these slips so I can tell who brought me the Amazon donations. Pamela and Rudolph. Those are the last two I got. What's up, Rebecca? Well, hey, Ireland, what's up? How you guys doing? Everyone having a good day? Oh, sorry. Adam, how you doing? Michelle, man, we got a bunch of people here already. 8K, what's up? Damn. Rubesy, man, we got a whole gang of people coming in here just off the bat. What's up, Rudy? New York City's in the house. That's what's up. IPMO Project, how y'all doing? Hell on Wheels. Man, we got a whole bunch of people. Anita. So, I know everyone is, wants the info on Amber and stuff. I'm trying to give her as much privacy as possible. But I understand you guys want to hear about her and all that, and I get it. It's just hard. I want to give her as much privacy as I can, but it's it can be a little hard when you're a public figure, quote unquote, as Amber is. What's up, Robin? Ellen? It is freezing outside. I was doing that. I started to do that the trip on the L on the train today. Man, I was outside walking. It was freezing. Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. That's good. I am in love with Amber as a dear friend. I care about that woman a lot. I really do. She is a dear friend of mine. I love her with all my heart as a person and as a friend. Hey, it's all good, Iris. It's all good. Um, so I had to comment on that Joe Bozo's post yesterday. He made that post. He was acting like she popped out of the sedation and then everything was better, and that's like the farthest thing from the truth. And he's like, oh, our prayers worked. It's like, no, dude, they lowered the medicine so she came out of the the sedation for a little bit. She's still on the ventilator. She she's comes out of it. When I was there, she's awake, alert to know that like she will hold my hand, and she could mouth she mouthed I love you to me, and thank you, and then she was able to type on my phone thank you, uh stuff like that. So she's awake, kind of. Her her brain, her mental faculties and all that stuff are still there with her. So that's the good part. The scary part is she's still on the ventilator. This is going on 11 days, and starts to get, when it can get pretty dicey with the ventilators. So that's why I took offense to when both the bozos posted that she was doing well. It's like, she's not doing well yet. It's it, she is still in a lot of danger. She has a lot a lot of work to go. She's a fighter though. Um, Hey Jamie, what's up? Yeah, I don't that dude, isn't that the guy that like cursed her out and was talking about her HIV and all that when she wouldn't do what he wanted with her? Um, he's another one of those grifter frauds. That's just what I'm gonna say. And um, yeah, those channels are they're trash. Like, if I was a piece of shit like those other channels, I could have made a video of Amber in the hospital while she was holding my hand, while we were talking. I could have done all that and Amber would have let me, but I'm not a piece of shit. So I would never even think about doing that. Stuff like that just really pisses me off. I never even for a million years would even think to video her anything like that when I was in there. I just she's a friend of mine. I was going there to sit with her. So I took offense when they were like, "Oh, she's awake," and Mal created Amber, this online thing with Amber. He made a lot of money off her, a really lot of money off her. It's like, why can't you go see how she's doing? You made all that money, all that other stuff. Shit like that really, really pisses me off. I did see that Andrew Callaghan thing. I haven't watched it though. McCann, I'll be honest with you, I have trouble watching other videos of Kensington. It's just I'm down there all the time, filming down there. I just don't like, it's too much after a while, you know. Yeah, Robin, like that post when you did that, it's like the post made it seem like she's awake and doing good, and that's like the farthest thing from the truth, and that's like what really pissed me off, man. No, Anna, I try not to, and I run into the problem because they nod out and they get high a lot, um, but I try to be as respectful as possible to them. Um, you know. Oh yeah, cool guys. Thanks for getting me to 25,000, man. That was awesome. I was hoping to get it by January 1st, but we got it, man. That was a cool thing to see. Steve, what's up, bud? How you doing? How's England over there? Is it cold? Sauchka, what's up, bud? Yeah, I'll watch it at some point. I like the Andrew Callaghan guy. I would like to see it. I'm kind of jealous because that's the type of video I wanted to make down there, something like that. And I don't have the confidence to do it yet, but I'm getting there. Yeah, Daniel, I agree with you. He's an absolute piece of shit. And I will say that every time I see him, talk to him, talk about him, he is an absolute fraudulent piece of trash. Yeah, no, I know. I just like I said, it's more of filming the stuff and editing and all that. That's where the I get, you know. Marlene, when are you going to see your son? I was just at Episcopal today. I could have stopped by and say hi. Um, Christian, I don't want to answer that. I want to leave their families out of it. I don't really know. I've been talking to their sister. They do know, they are in contact. I'm sure they have went and seen her. I don't know. I just don't want to comment on that because I don't really know the answer to that. No, hey, Fobo, it's not. Hey, you did nothing wrong, man. You did nothing wrong. You saw the post and you were happy. I just like that's why I when I commented on the thing, I said, so did you call the family, the hospital to see what was wrong, or did you just post it? but we already know the answer. Okay. Yeah, so I have. Oh, guys, at 5:30, I have a guest coming on. I have a pretty cool guest coming on. I think a lot of you guys are going to know who it is. I follow Kensington and stuff like that. Oh yeah, dang. Okay, yeah, Joe. It's like I said, the family's going through a lot. There's a couple people. They have some of their own issues going on, so I just want to keep it as private as possible. So, no, Joe the preacher, that's the piece of shit. I mean, Mal is too, but I wasn't talking about him just then. Got a guest at 5:30. It is he's the guy that's setting me up with talking to the mayor and stuff like that. That's who. No, I did not do the dash camera. Here it is. I got it. I just got to set it up. We'll see if it works. Excuse me. Oh yeah, Marlene. I replied to you on there. I said Grifter's gonna grift, right? No, Pam, he did not. Nope. And you are right, Wop. Yeah, I'm gonna try and set it up, see what we can do. We'll see how it works. I don't know. I have a thing out, another email out with another dash cam company, so we'll see. Dan. I'm going to try and get back to the interviews this weekend, guys. Thanks for being patient and not yelling at me for more interviews and stuff like that. I appreciate that. Man of the cloth. Man. So I'm going to try and put that the dash cam in, because I'm looking for a camera better at nighttime, because I would like to drive around at night and do more stuff at night, which is something I want to do, but the phone I use, it just doesn't work. Not yet, Joe. The guy that's coming in, Brian, his name is, he's coming in at 5:30. We might talk about that a little bit. He had a meeting with them today, I think he said. So, we're working on it. Oh, Tara, it was Joe the preacher's name is or something. They just, I don't know. I was annoyed because they posted like she was awake and doing good and all that, and it just wasn't that. You're funny, Lori. Listen, she didn't want to go to Florida because they don't do MAT treatments there, so she would have probably died there. And the only reason Ma wanted her to go there is because he gets paid for it. And I would never. I'm not an absolute piece of shit. I would not send someone 2,000 miles away so I can make some money off an addict that's struggling. I don't do that. What? Who's talking about religion? Yeah, I do want to do nighttime, Sauchka. Definitely. She is in the hospital now just from withdrawal symptoms. Just from having problems withdrawing. So, if she would have went down there and had to do it down there, she probably definitely would have been dead. All right, you know what? You want to I'm going to bring the guest in now. Brian, you ready? You ready?
1 second here.
All right, hold on. Let me know when you're ready. I hear your.
What's up? Let me get
You're on.
myself a little organized here.
All right. I hear. I have your voice on, not your camera yet.
All right. My camera will be right on there, young man. 1 second.
Sounds good. There you go.
There we go.
All right. So what's up, Bri?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, good. Do you want to introduce yourself? And I mean, a lot of people know who you are, but you just want to kind of introduce and let everyone know what you
Can you
do.
hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My name is Brian Parkhill. How everybody doing? I'm very good friends here with Jeff, and we have a lot of the same purpose. I work down in Kensington. I happen to be the main guy getting everybody in the treatment right now. I'm from the Outreach for the Lost Kensington. And I also have been doing a lot of the studies about people trying to get into treatment and what we can do different to get people into treatment. We will be meeting with the mayor soon, which is really exciting. And to be here on is really awesome to be here with you, Jeff.
Nice. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. I was really excited when you reached out about the mayor thing. That was it caught me by surprise, but it's a cool thing that she's even engaging it, and it seems like she's really trying to do stuff. I don't know what yet or how it's going to work, but it does seem like she's being proactive down there.
Yeah, you see all these people that are coming in, like best wishes to Amber for what she's gone through, being in a coma. That's really scary. We've seen a lot of this going on down in the neighborhoods with the new drugs that are out. I know I talked to you last week about the ISO and all the drugs hitting the street now. The main thing that I'm focusing on is when someone wants to come in for treatment, I have been the main advocate for many people. Now my name's all over the place right now. Everybody's calling me. They know that I'll get them beds.
Yeah, that's an awesome thing, though. Being able to get beds like that for people.
Yeah. Let me fill in who I am a little bit. So 7 years ago, well, it'll be 7 years this year. That was the last time I used fentanyl, cocaine, and all that stuff. And I lost everybody. I lost the girl I was with for 20 years. She drowned and died. My best friend, Freddie Taylor, died. And, I went away for a year. I was on the streets of Kensington for many years, 20 years, and I saw no way out, and finally, I was dead for 5 minutes and 47 seconds. Had no idea why I was going to be, why did God send me back? And I look at everything now that, the whole entire, the whole experience of going through that, what I went through was really, really powerful. But now I totally, totally, totally surrendered. And now I get to work in the hospitals. Here in Chester County, I started out a program called the COPE program. And, it's really, really special. Like, we were able to do the warm handoff program here at all the hospitals in Chester County. And I was working for Holcomb. It was a $15 an hour job. And they made me really good at what I do. And now being down in Kensington for the outreach, everybody, it seems like everybody wants to go to treatment. But like we were talking the other day, 85% of the people on the streets of Kensington right now are afraid of getting sick. And
just from the tranq withdrawal.
In the tranq withdrawal, it's terrible. And I know
what do you say? 85% of the people down there is what you're saying are just scared of treatment because of the withdrawal.
Yeah, they're afraid of withdrawal. I mean, I remember those days. You remember those days, like you don't want to get sick.
Yeah, it's horrible, and it seems like with the tranq withdrawal is just that much worse than regular old heroin.
Yeah.
It seems like it's just that much worse than it was when I was down there just 7 years ago.
Yeah. Well, when you and I were down there 7 years ago, the new Xylene that's out, what we're doing is it's a horse tranquilizer, and everybody wants to know. And I was filling you in the other day that I learned in one of my nursing classes that the Xylene it actually thins the skin out. Okay, it's made for equine. You look at a horse's skin, okay,
Uh-huh.
the human skin, we're putting that in our body. So
Yeah.
the body more susceptible to infection.
Yeah.
It totally, it's like when, you know, somebody's skin's in the water and it becomes more susceptible to infection. It becomes more susceptible to different things. But with
Yeah.
the whole entire thing, it's destroying everything from the inside out. There's a
Yeah.
lot of cancer drugs that are like xylene. You could put it on the skin. If you put xylene on the outer part of the skin, it will eat through the skin. But once it mixes up with the blood and they're shooting it, it's going to come through. And that's how the infections are. There's no stopping it, you know?
Yeah, it's just you see what's going on the outside of the people's bodies down there. I can only imagine what is going on the insides, man. And like I said, Amber was just having problems from withdrawal. That's why she went to the hospital, and she just kept going down. So
It's I've
just
watched Amber. I've watched Amber for many years. I've seen her on a couple other shows, and I think she needs to give herself a break.
yeah,
Just like all of us, like you have to give yourself a break. You
yeah.
know, and with Outreach for the Lost Kensington, which is the outreach with Sarah Jane and myself, we
Mhm.
are really, really, really
So it's called what? Outreach for the Lost.
Outreach for the Lost Kensington.
Okay, and that's on social medias. They can find that.
What's that?
They can find you on social media that way.
You can find me on social media. I'm Brian Parkhill. I'm also on TikTok, Parkhill Recovery. Um,
Okay.
and I'm in all the hospitals down in Philadelphia. So, like, I do advocacy for most of the hospitals. I
Mhm.
did work for Penn Medicine. I'm up on the floors there. So, when people who are really looking for help and want to go in and they're scared, they reach out to us at Outreach for the Lost Kensington. They DM myself or Sarah. We have some really amazing stories if they could stop and check it out.
Okay. Yeah, I would suggest everyone to go check out their website and find out, see what they're doing, because they are doing good stuff, man.
And we're
Definitely.
doing it from the heart right now. We just became nonprofit. We just did our paperwork for nonprofit. It's Outreach for the Lost Kensington Ministry.
Okay.
Again, like I will be Pastor Brian.
Okay.
Second week of February. I've been in studies for 3 years. A little bit about myself is, 7 years ago I was homeless. I had nothing. I had two pairs of pants, a t-shirt, and nowhere. My family was done with me for the rest. They didn't want anything to do with me. Um, let me put my glasses on so I could see better. A lot of people, you look for validation and stuff. Like I was not supposed to make it, so I had to learn how to live all over again.
Sure.
And
Now,
again,
did you
thank
do?
you for having me on a guest of your show. Like this is really special to me because you know, we're out there getting ready to go to the mayor's office. The letters were turned in today. They want to be able to clean the streets of Philly up. Well, guess what? Last week, I'm writing a thesis for nursing school, and there's not enough beds. And the way that they're treating these addicts when they come into the ER is terrible. They look at them like they're leopards, they have leprosy, and they can't even come in. They tell them to leave. They treat them like monsters. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
fair. And so when I come in, I've had some cases on Christmas Day, for instance. We had a girl, I won't mention her name for anonymity, but I've been like finding beds. I work directly with the hospitals. On
Mhm.
I think the Lost in Kensington, they reached out to me also for beds available for people. So like I
You
do,
talking about the Facebook group, the Lost in Kensington?
yeah, that's the one that, we
Mhm.
do a lot. We like Sarah Jane and myself. Sarah Jane does a meal. She's getting ready to have a baby, so I'm the one out in the front lines in Kensington getting people off the streets.
And Sarah is your business partner,
Yes, she
right?
is. We
And
we
that's
also have, the Outreach for the Lost. Like I said, we're a nonprofit.
Mhm.
We just became nonprofit. We do most of the work from the heart. We haven't
Yeah.
bought any money in, but we will go above and beyond just to save somebody to give them the chance to live.
Yeah.
We've had some missing people out there. They were missing for 3 years. For instance, we have a guy named Kevin.
Mhm.
I'm really proud of Kevin. If you go on our page, his name's Kevin Gates. Kevin was living down under the trains at 30th Street Station. Okay. He is now at Adult Teen Challenge. He is doing incredible. Like
That's
I'm
awesome.
so impressed. Like with
Yeah.
him,
That's
he took
awesome.
suggestions.
That's awesome. Now, so you don't have getting people into the beds and stuff like that. And you're able to do that even with people with all the sores and stuff, right? I mean, that's
Here's the thing. So with the xylene, you do have people with infection. The number one problem we're having right now, the xylene is causing infection. A lot of people are getting endocarditis, which is the valve of the heart gets infected due to you're shooting dirty needles. Because of the xylene, it gives them more, they're more susceptible to infection. And these aren't just little infections. We just had a kid that was on our outreach for the Lost Kensington that they thought he had monkeypox. I haven't heard from monkeypox ever in my lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we had to get a vaccine for that, like in elementary school. That was the last time I heard about
I
that.
didn't even know it existed anymore,
Yeah.
And we have cases where, I spend a lot of time down in the hospitals now. The main thing is,
And you're pretty much just advocating for the patients, making sure they stay there or, they get to bed and all that.
I work directly with the hospital. I work directly with the doctors. My medical background is nursing school. I was going to continue and just stay in nursing, but my heart's into helping addicts right now down in the city of Philadelphia. Like, this is really big because I know that there is a solution.
Yeah.
You said to me before, I had one of our guys call last night on the outreach. He's like, they get to the hospital and then they start to get dope sick and then run.
Yep.
So I am bringing this up to the mayor's office. How can we get these people comfortable when they come into the ER?
Yeah, it's that whole initial process that it with the withdrawal kicking in and the anxiety kicking in, that initial couple hour process of when they get into the hospital to when we can at least get them medicated and comfortable. That's like the main thing, and that's when most of them take off. So I agree with you on that, and I think you need to find a better way to keep them there. I think that's a smart thing.
Yeah, they and I'm gonna say, because I wasn't addict, I was a baby. I wanted it.
Absolutely.
Like, for instance, I had a patient tonight, and we started Saturday. We were gonna put her in treatment. She said that on the way down to Temple that she had to stop and get high on the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we went out of our way, made sure the doctors knew she was coming, made sure that everything was going to be fine.
Yeah.
You know what? Finally, I just was able to put her in an Uber. She's on her way to U Penn down
That's awesome.
down at University City.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, like I said, that's when a lot of the people I talk to and they're like, I want to go, but I don't want to get sick. That the girl Jess I helped, she's coming up on a year clean now. I had to go out and buy her bags just to get her to the hospital. Spent $40 on. I don't like doing it, but in this case, she's still sober. I felt like I had to do it then, but it's a challenge, man.
There's a lot of different ways that, when the paramedics come out, the way that they're treated, they're coming out of an overdose. Like, I've seen people, they'll come into the ER, and I was blessed to work the ER here in Chester County. I worked all 5 Chester County hospitals, starting the COPE program, which the overdose would get here to the hospital. And I was only 18 months sober at the time, and I learned a lot. I was in nursing school, just trying to make a difference, trying to make a change.
Sure.
And the one thing that I could say is I know how to work with the doctors and nurses.
Yeah, that's important.
They do, I went and specialized in medication like that they need to be on.
That's important, man. That's very you're filling a very important role right there. We need more you like more like you in
Yeah.
around the world, man, around the
And
country.
with Sarah and myself, what we're trying to do is we are building a team. Now we're Park Hill Recovery Solutions. That's our business, our company, and we advocate. When somebody's really having a hard time, they have no idea what they need. Parents are so afraid that they're going to lose their loved ones.
Yeah.
We come from the beginning, from the overdose. We go in with them. We make sure they get medicated. We stay by their side. Once we get them on their way and they're ready to be honest with themselves, like I said, I have people down on the streets of Kensington that are terrified of their warrants. They don't want to go to jail because they fear being sick. I
Absolutely.
remember those days. I didn't want to get sick. I was going to do whatever I had to do.
Being sick in jail sucks.
Not good at all. You know what I mean?
But you said you're even able to talk to the POs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right?
I had somebody, and I'm not going to mention names. He was a firefighter. He had warrants out. The law enforcement doesn't want to lock you up. If you're showing intent that you want to get clean, they're going to work with you. Now, I got in with Chester County Drug and Alcohol. I know all them, all the POs in Philadelphia. If somebody reaches out to me and like, Bri, I need help with my PO and I need to get sober, I'm going to say it's a high number. 80% of them will work with me.
Yeah. Okay, that's good, man. And I guess at that point, they want the kid off the street and to be sober anyway. So you might as well try and help.
Yeah, keeping them on the street using drugs and running around is not going to be a good thing. You know what I mean?
There's like a huge percentage of people down there that have active warrants. You were telling me some crazy number, right? It's something like stupid high number.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Yeah, so everyone down there is hiding from the cops. I think it's kind of a good thing that those cops don't run. They only run Philly names. And their Philly stuff, which I think saves a lot of people from getting locked up.
But you got Montgomery County down there running leads now. Like, for instance, I just had somebody call me today, and I got them in the treatment. But here's the thing: they have a Montgomery County, warrant.
Yeah,
Montgomery County wants them in treatment.
Oh, they do want them in treatment. So that's a good thing. Right?
They don't want to put you in their jail. First of all, when you put them in jail and they're detoxing, it costs the jail more money. It causes a headache in the jail. It upsets the block. So they want to see them go to treatment. Now, with the level 4 of care, a lot of people keep bringing up Valley Forge. I love Valley Forge. Okay. I had a case the other day. Somebody came on, like everybody talks about Sarah and I were on all the outreaches. But Outreach to Lost Kensington, which is us, we had the whole entire, everybody's like, I need to get into treatment. I need to do this. I need to do that. Us, the addicts, they want instant gratification.
Yes, we do.
We do everything we can. Sarah and I have worked effortlessly. We've worked hours. I know Christmas Day I spent in the University of Penn up on the floors, getting people into treatment. Making sure the doctors were making them comfortable. There is a new way to detox with this trank. It used to be, okay, I did regular heroin. How do we get off this? So it used to be methadone.
5 days of methadone, you're good. 5 to 7 days, you're ready to roll.
I remember being down on the DL and going to Kensington Hospital, 5 days, roll out, you feel good.
Ready to go, rock and roll, and like a new man, like a new man.
But the main problem is you have, you show up after your detox and your mind. So that's why I say it's never good just to go to detox.
No, I tell everybody to sit in rehab as long as they can, just to clear your head out a little bit.
My whole story was, okay, so here's that day, August 29th, 2017. 4 days sober. Everybody wanted to, I didn't want to use, but again, I'm 4 days sober and addiction starts to talk to you. You get it might be you stub your toe. And what do we do as addicts?
Go get
high.
Yeah, absolutely.
My toe hurts. And then the consequences down the road, we really don't care. And talking to the mayor right now, I'm really excited to work with the mayor's office.
Do you think she's gonna so you are excited about you think she's gonna, stay focused on Kensington, I guess is what I'm saying.
She doesn't have a choice at this point.
Oh, good. I'm
It-
rooting for her, man. I love Philly. I love Philly. I'm rooting. I just, you know, I'm worried about what's going to happen to the addicts if they're going to start locking them back up, this and that. I'm scared about that because if they go to, get locked up for 2 weeks and they lose their tolerance, they come back out and they get high again.
That's happening a lot. Now,
No.
you hear things, you hear, everything is, everybody's, they want to get sober,
Yeah.
And the whole entire problem is they get that little bit of sober and then boom.
Think you're all right. Yeah.
Just one more time and they die.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my one real big fear with if they're going to start locking people up. I don't know if they are. That seems like they might start. That's, maybe are they going to start offering Suboxone earlier in the jail treatment now or the jail term? Something like that. If they're going to keep releasing people, I don't know what's going on. I just, like I said, I worry about them losing their tolerance and then relapsing because it's a death sentence with fentanyl.
It's sad.
Yeah,
it's sad. Like when I was talking to you the other day, like for instance, I had a situation at home. It starts with they think the answer is let's do this trank. I've never seen anything like it. Now they do this. It's not like the old heroin back in the day when you would feel high, be able to walk around North Philly with no shirt on, you felt good.
right.
This stuff is knocking them out.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
finding
Like I always say, it's like it's impossible to be a functioning addict on this stuff. Like I used to be able to do my dope and then go work concrete for 8 hours, and maybe do another bag in the porta potty at lunch. But I was able to quote unquote live a normal life on it. I was able to go to work at least still. Like that stuff's impossible now with the trank.
Yeah.
Makes it impossible.
It's it's a different monster.
Yeah.
You know?
And so we're gonna kind of start working together in the future, right? Helping people get
I'm
off.
looking forward for me and you to make a difference out there. A lot of
Yeah.
people that we were talking, we are outreach for the Lost Kensington, and we're finding people that don't want to be found.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let's talk about that for a second because I met Sarah. She reached out to me because, you guys watch or she does when you're looking for missing people, and I've helped her locate like 1 or 2 people, whatever. So that's how we started. But what you just said is important. A lot of these people that post missing down in Kensington, a lot of times those people don't want to be found, right? That's what you're running into where they're not really missing. They just don't want to be found.
I don't think it's they don't want to be found. I think that they don't want to have to detox. They don't want to have to feel. Because when family comes around and like, look, I got everybody something, I got you something, come home, we're going to take care of you. Now, we just had a case, and I got permission to talk about our guy, Kevin. Kevin's from
Kevin Gates guy you just talked about.
Yeah, Kevin Gates. Wonderful kid. He lived at 30th Street Station. He would walk, and
I've seen a post about him on Facebook or something. I think that name looks real familiar.
Kevin's doing amazing.
That's awesome.
Kevin was that homeless guy that rode the train all day, and when we got him, he got on the train, went to North Carolina, detoxed in North Carolina, came back up home, and he wanted to go ahead and, he wanted to do something different. So then he did real good down there. He came home. We put him in a recovery house here in Chester County.
Okay.
And the second day there, he ran off. And is it a disappointment? It's not. It's a disappointment to me because we worked so hard to show him a new way of life.
Absolutely. But how many times have you run off on a place?
Who, me?
Yeah, how many times? I've done
5,000.
A million times I've done it.
Here's a funny story. I was down at 9th and Cantrell living with Pastor Steve Cardillo. It was my first recovery house. And I needed to get oral surgery, and they gave me Percocets and Xanax.
Okay.
And I didn't want to tell Pastor Steve like that they gave them to me. So we still laugh now because he's my teaching pastor. I said, Pastor Steve, guess what? I said, I didn't get anything. As I'm falling down the stairs, high as a kite, on Percocet and Xanax, I drop about 40 Percocets and all the Xanax all over the floor.
Right.
I got kicked out. So,
yeah,
you
man, we self-sabotage a lot.
We do.
You know?
You know, I joined the Army in 2003. Listen, I lost my daughter due to addiction. My first wife, she had to leave. Okay. I have a daughter, beautiful daughter named Grace Elizabeth. She's 24 years old, law school. She did incredible things. No thanks to me. She is my daughter. I couldn't get sober for her. I wanted to. I wanted to get right. You know, I
You
wanted
do it
to
by
do it.
yourself, man. You have to want it yourself.
Yeah. And then,
That's
you know, I was shared with you the other day. I joined the Army in 2003 because towers got hit. I wanted to fight for the country.
Yeah.
You know, and I went to boot camp and relaxed in Jackson, the Fort Jackson. I came home, and a guy from the neighborhood at 13th and Bigler said I had an attitude, and he broke a beer bottle on my face, broke every tooth out of my mouth, and I ended up in a coma in Jefferson. So I didn't make it to war, but I made it to the war on the street.
Probably a good thing you didn't make it over there, to be honest.
Yeah, but you know what? Let me tell you something. Philadelphia kicked my ass. Here's the crazy thing. They woke up out of the coma, and I had the IV pole. I was up on 11. They said I woke up, and I had Dilaudid and really good drugs in the hospital.
Yeah.
I walked out of the 11th floor out of ICU. I got on the bus, went down to all the way down to Whitman Plaza, walked to my buddy's house, and I got high. My addiction took off like you wouldn't believe. I had a port in. I was ready to go.
Oh, you still had the vein port in still? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, still had it in. So it was one in my neck. I was enjoying myself. It was a free port.
Yeah.
And
so you just fill up the thing and put it in the port and go to heaven.
I thought it was like a bonus.
Yeah.
But I forgot that I was supposed to go to war. I forgot I became a soldier. That didn't matter. I looked like a fool after a while, but then I joined the methadone. I did every methadone clinic from Parkside. I did 21st in Washington. You know, I
go to Huntington Valley. Which one was that? I forget the name of it.
I've been at all.
I forget. That's the one I went to. That's the only reason why I asked.
But you know, like Channel 6 News is doing a story on us now. And I know you're going to be involved with this. This is really big because, you know, they want to know.
Channel 6 story?
What's that?
Would you say Channel 6 is doing a story on you guys?
Yeah, well, they're doing a story on the whole situation and working with you, Jeff, and looking for the lost, and we're finding people and we're making the big difference. Like, again, you know, I'd love to push my page, Outreach for the Lost Kensington, because somebody will give us a case. This week alone, we put 4 people in treatment.
That's awesome.
And
you know what helps me a lot is now I have a lot more confidence when I'm interviewing people that look, I definitely, you know, I can make a call and we can, you know, start the ball rolling and get you a bed, get you into the hospital. You know, it was a little touch and go with me with that because of the trank sores on people and stuff. So I would take them to the hospital and just sit with them, you know. But this makes me a lot more confident that, you know, being able to get people, because the goal is to get them off the streets, get them sober. You know,
it's not easy.
No,
you know, the first case I had, my first night working for Outreach for the Lost, we had a kid named Freddie. I really like to get Freddie to come on your show. That'd be really great. But Freddie was he was done. You know what I mean? So I got the phone call at 3:00 in the morning. I got him a bed. Now we sent him over to Bryn Mawr Hospital. And he went over there. They treated him like dog shit. They didn't give him a chance. He was sick. He went in the bathroom. He was going through withdrawal. And they treated him like dog shit. Well, I intervened. Okay. And to this day, Freddie's doing amazing. Freddie, awesome. He's got 4 months of sobriety. He stopped doing the trank. He stopped doing the dope. He found a new way of life. Yeah, he's on MAT.
Who cares? Listen, I hate when people talk. I think it can be so dangerous to talk down on MAT treatments now, especially with fentanyl and trank. You know, I think you know, I'm glad he's on it. And I just hate when people judge other people addicts when they're on it. They didn't work for me, but they work for other people, you know.
It worked for me for a short time,
Mhm.
but I wanted
I didn't
more.
want it to work when I was on, you know.
I just
I just
I
wanted to
wanted
get
to
high.
go.
I needed money for my Suboxones. You know, I got Suboxones to sell, but I
Yeah,
wasn't
and
ready.
we
But
know
they
that
do help people, you
it's
know.
funny. One of our cases we just had, we could hook you up with a Suboxone doctor. I have doctors that are going to hook you up with whatever you need.
Mhm.
And Sarah and I, we have resources unlike any other program out there.
That's
And
all.
that's due to the fact that when I did get sober, um, I worked in Chester County. It's the richest county on the East Coast.
Yeah,
And they gave
yeah,
me
it
a lot
is.
of resources, sent me to the best schools.
Yeah.
So now, being from 13th and Bigler in South Philly,
Mhm.
and going down to my neighborhood and being able to help families, it's
Yeah,
really, really important to make a difference on the streets of Philly.
yeah.
There,
That's awesome, man. That-
you
That's
know,
that's
people
awesome.
with the sores and all these trank sores,
Uh-huh.
there's only really one hospital that is taking care of it. It's Valley Forge. I give them
Uh-huh.
kudos. They're
Well,
great.
that's where we got Jess into the girl Jess. She's coming up on a year, and they were amazing with her, man. You know, a couple times they ran out of wound care stuff, so I had to drop off wound care stuff up there for her. But hey, you know, other than that, and I don't mind doing that. You know, I just called Abby at Prevention Point, but she actually just left. She went to another job. I just had to call her. I said, "Listen, Jess needs some, you know, wound care." She's like, "Come get it right now." And you know, it was up in Valley Forge in 45 minutes. But so that's the main rehab you are sending people to.
No,
Valley
it's just
Forge?
here's the thing. So when they get endocarditis, they need IV antibiotics.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
what they're able to do is to start their recovery. A lot of the hospitals will keep them in the hospital. And I get people to go in the hospital and bring recovery into the hospital. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Um, you know, Sarah and myself are really, really, we're going above and beyond getting people into treatment. And like
Mhm.
I said, we haven't been asking for donations. Everybody wants us to help. It would be nice, to
Yeah.
start getting some money to come in to help pay for gas.
Do you have a PayPal, GoFundMe, any of that stuff on your
It
pages?
it is on my page,
Okay.
yes.
All
If
right.
you go on Outreach for the Lost Kensington,
Mhm.
you'll see that, we have PayPal, Venmo, um,
Awesome.
Cash App.
All right.
And
Awesome.
it, by the money that we are getting in for that, it makes it easier for us to put somebody in treatment.
Okay.
You,
Yeah.
you know, for somebody that's really lost out there, I hate the sound. It sounds like kind of a narcissistic, but I'm your guy. I have
Mhm.
all the connections in the city. I made them that way. It's like I'm like Rain Man, but it's to find beds and get
Yeah.
people into treatment.
Listen, that's awesome, man. You
That's
know,
my special.
you just got to keep doing it, man. You're really needed down there. Probably
Yeah,
more
and
than you even realize.
we won't mention names, but we had that one female that her family they call us,
Mhm.
and
This is the one that we were working together with.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what? Like I can't wait to meet her because you know
Yeah.
what? A lot of them out there, they're afraid. You know,
Yeah.
you're on trank. If
Mhm.
anybody remembers the old movies where they'd blow a trank dart in you and knock you out,
Mhm.
this is the same drug. It
Yeah.
knocks you out. You
Yeah.
ask anybody, well, do they have a phone? Well, they
Mhm.
do trank, so they get robbed when they.
They have a phone until they not out, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the animalistic ways that they're living down in North Philly, nobody deserves that. And they're such beautiful people. We had a
Yeah.
really, really special girl at Christmas, and she was missing for 2 years, and we found her.
Oh,
The
that's
cool
awesome.
thing is, my partner from the Outreach from the Lost, she was a police officer down the shore,
Mhm.
and I'm a profiler, so we find out every little bit about
Yeah.
the person.
That's
And
awesome.
the nice thing is, being them, um, it makes it a lot easier for us to get them into treatment. You
Yeah.
know, and to have the ins and out. I get a lot of respect from all the facilities. I make sure that I stay by their side. I'm
Mhm.
looking to train somebody to do what I do.
Yeah.
Um, it's different. Like we do clothe everybody.
Mhm.
We have, like, for instance, D. I'm going to say her name because she's on her way right now to University of Penn. I'll be
Mhm.
heading there right after this.
Awesome.
She since Saturday, she
Yeah.
wanted to go, wanted to go, wanted to go. Her family's here. Now she's
Mhm.
gone. She flipped out in Temple's ER and started throwing stuff. a lot of the addicts, they go in mad. And
Yeah.
if they go in a little kind and be like, listen, I'm sick. I didn't pick to do this in life. It happened to me. People
Right.
don't realize if you have cancer, you're going to get treated really nice, right?
Mhm.
They're,
Yeah.
oh, this poor guy got cancer. Well,
Yeah.
this poor person has drug addiction. And this
Mhm.
drug is more likely, look at the statistics. The
Yeah.
death rates are out of the world. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
It
don't think
really
they
is.
tell everybody, but we're picking up 11 dead people off the streets of Kensington a day.
Jesus
11.
Christ.
How many is that a week? 77 a week?
Yeah.
Everyone that dies, 3 more gets off the train.
Man. Man, that's scary when you hear it that way. 11 a day. That's horrible, man. We need to
You know,
change
and
this.
like
We need to be
teams like
working on
I was really blessed to meet Sarah and
it.
for her to bring me on to this team because like again, August, I worked at Brandywine Hospital here in Chester County, and you know, when they closed the hospital, I got a really cool job. In fact, I'm here now at the job I got. I work courtesy Chrysler Jeep here in Coatesville.
Okay.
The owner, Bill Latch, he took me under his wing and he made me feel like family, you know.
That's awesome.
And in addiction, you don't have stuff like that. You know,
No,
I'm sitting in his office right now doing, you know, doing this interview, and things happen in life that you don't expect.
feels
You know,
good
I
when
remember being
you
down
get
at
the
Broad
trust back.
Snyder just
Yeah.
trying to get a meal or panhandling when people are getting off the expressway just to get something, just to get one more.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we don't
It
have to
feels
live
good
like
when you
that.
get that respect back from your peers
Oh,
and other
it's
people and
priceless. It's
strangers.
priceless.
It's funny that you use for well, me anyway. It was my family was the last one to show me the respect, or you know, I think they hold on to the me being an addict longest. You know, we're good now, but it seems like your loved one, some kind, you know, but in public when you're cleaned up and you know it feels so good when you start getting treated like a human being again and you start getting the respect and you know what I mean, so that does feel awesome, man. I yeah, it's
You know,
a great
you know
feeling.
what the funny thing is? I wanted everybody in my family. Now I'm one of 4 boys from Cherry Hill. We
Mhm.
had a whole. My mom was a Catholic school teacher. I was an ice hockey player. I got hooked on OxyContin when I was playing ice hockey. That Percocet high, that first high was like, ah,
Best,
you
yeah.
know.
I still
Nobody
remember
ever
the
told
first
me it
time
was
I
going to
took my
destroy my life.
I remember exactly where I was the first time I took my Percocets, the first time I ever tried it, and I just was I thought I was in heaven. You know, it was the I gotta get into it, but yeah, you know that's I get it, man. I get it. You tried them and you ran with them. So, now going forward, maybe I'm just reading at some of these the comments and stuff. You know, we got to talk maybe about having us do this on a kind of a regular basis. You know, every week, every couple weeks, we'll come in and
Yeah.
do a podcast video thing like this, and I'm very hopeful now. I'm very glad that Sarah reached out to me, and you know, at first it was just because she needed help looking for um a couple people. And I started talking to her and kind of got a good rapport with her. And then, she was like, you need to talk to Brian. And, I'm glad I'm so glad I did that. And I called you and we
Yeah,
got this.
this is my look. See, I'm at the car dealership. Say hi, Roy. Everybody in the world. It's a newscast we're on. That's
What's up,
my
Roy?
brother Roy. He runs the car dealership here,
Oh, okay. That's what's
and
up.
they became my family, man. They
That's
know
good.
this Brian. They didn't know that Brian from 13th and Bigler that would
Right.
done whatever he had to, you
Right.
know.
Right.
And all the people down here, like
Absolutely.
I get a chance to live now. I get a chance to be, um, I'm a father. Like I know in my heart, I have my Grace, she turns 24. My Grace Elizabeth.
Mhm.
I wasn't there for 20 years. It wasn't like I came around high and borrowed money and stole. I always had the boys in South Philly gave me money, so I
Mhm.
didn't get in trouble.
Right.
But if you go down the Maglio sausage down there,
Mhm.
and my buddy John Massey and all them, they made sure I didn't have to go commit crimes. They kept me, I did little odds and end jobs just to get
Sure.
well. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
And in
Absolutely.
addiction, people the biggest problem is when we go get sober, everybody goes and they go get tattoos and they fix the outside.
Mhm.
I did that plenty of times, man.
Yeah.
It is an inside job.
Yeah, you got to change everything, man. Especially in the inside, your whole the way you're thinking, the way you live, all that. You know, getting healthy. You got to change everything, man. That's the only way to stay sober. I think in the long run, you know, is to rewire and change everything about what you were doing. You know.
It's amazing. It's
Mhm.
totally amazing to see the difference. Like, I remember this the last Christmas, okay, Christmas of 2016. Okay, I remember sitting up in Plymouth White Marsh, right? No money. I think we just went and spent everything we had. Didn't have no food. I was on the dollar menu McDonald's meal. That's all I would eat because food
Yeah.
didn't matter. You
Yeah.
know, I was lucky to be inside the house. But I do
Mhm.
remember 2 years prior that being in the park at 13th and Bigler during a blizzard underneath underneath just trying to get warm. I didn't have a sleeping bag.
Jeez.
Riding the trains all day, just wondering what's next.
Yeah.
Am I going to get killed? If you see this
Mhm.
whole side of my face here, this right here, this
Mhm.
was all crushed in. Every tooth was knocked out of my face. Did it
Jeez.
bother me? No, I just wanted to get high because that happened. It didn't matter how I looked.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Let me
I
get high.
didn't care. But I didn't care for myself. And once you give yourself a fucking break, bro,
Right.
then you start to grow.
Right.
You know, my family, I joke around with this. Like, there's a possibility I'm going to run for state senate next year.
Oh,
Me,
that's
Brian
awesome.
Parkhill, the
Wow.
drug addict from South Philly that
Right.
was on so many drugs. And I was a drug dealer. I was a heroin dealer. I drove around in a Volvo and sold heroin for many years
Right.
just to take care of my habit.
Just for
You know,
feed your own habit. Right. Yep.
I had to do something.
Mhm.
And now, like, look, I become a pastor. I share the word, and it's
Yeah.
not just about like, oh my God, I'm a religious freak. I'm 7 days a week. You know, Cardi B line seven. I'm a freak 7 days a week for God.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
but I'm going out there now. And the cool thing is, let me share something with you. So when I came here to Chester County,
Mhm.
um, this coke program that we started. So the overdoses would happen, and the hospital would call me. For 6 months, there was only me, and I was running 5 hospitals. I
Mhm.
got all those connections, and I'm really grateful because I use them now.
Mhm.
I have all the beds. I know all the rehabs. I'm a little like I said, like Rain Man, I know
Right.
where to send you. I know how to find your lost loved one, and we are doing it. And Sarah's like, Bry, you're really good at what you do. I couldn't do it without her,
Yeah.
you know. And then
Yeah.
Jeff,
She's. What's that? Go. Keep going. I'm sorry.
we have you, you know,
Uh-huh.
like you and Sarah, and then I'm the one out in the field, like you're out in the field. I can't
Yeah.
wait to go out in the field and do a documentary with you because like I
Yeah.
do want to get in deeper about the xylene and what it's
Yeah, so
doing.
that's we got to get going here in a couple minutes, but like you said, we do need to get together, and you know enough uh real true knowledge about xylazine where I can make a video about it and let everyone know the dangers of about it. And I just think it's important to do that because I do this channel, and we focus so much on the trank in the stores, but I haven't done a video about it and
Yeah.
why it's causing that and all that stuff. I think
I
that's
would love to
important.
come on and we could talk about like the how when they start to go through withdrawal, what we can do and how we can
Sure.
move them further. And the one
Absolutely.
thing, if anybody's out there looking for somebody, please come to Outreach for the Lost,
Mhm.
Kensington. My
Mhm.
name is Brian. DM me your information. Anybody's really struggling, get in touch with Jeff. He has my personal phone number, and we're
Mhm.
here to make a difference.
So if someone can reach out to you if they're looking for someone down there that that really needs help or whatever. They can go out to that your outreach and you will
Absolutely,
help.
or if they wanna get sober and they need a bed. I have everything that you need, and I don't
Could
wanna
we
sound
get
arrogant, but I do have connections all over the state.
no?
I have beds all over the country, and the reason I have that is that's what I do. I don't want anybody to feel what I felt August 29th, 2017, when the coroner's van was in my driveway.
Yeah, that's
That
awesome,
was a
man.
terrible day.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's you're doing an amazing thing, and I'm looking forward, to the future to working with you, and let's just try and get as many of these lost souls off the streets, man.
Yeah.
That's at
And
the
we're
end of the
doing
day.
it, man. We're doing
Yeah.
it. I hope maybe we can get a couple of them to come on the show and let
Well,
them know what we did for them. And I'm
yeah.
going to give a shout out to our Sarah, Miss
Mhm.
Pregnant. She's getting
Yeah.
ready to have a little baby boy. And for
Soon, yeah.
all the hard work her and Nick are doing. Nick is her fiance, and
Okay.
it was their little girl's birthday yesterday, and I got to be part and sing happy birthday to her on the phone.
Nice.
That was amazing.
Well,
But
maybe
listen, I love you guys.
when she's
Uh,
done with the after she has the kid and she's back up and running, maybe we can get her on here too.
We
And
definitely can. And
all right.
anybody out there, come to my outreach for the Lost Kensington and
Mhm.
let's make stuff happen. If you want to go to treatment, DM me. I have the connections. If you don't have insurance, we'll call the county and get you insurance. And if it's a mom or dad out there looking, you know, we can help your family. You know, we're a nonprofit. You can make donations if you want, but like we're just trying to make a difference on the streets of Philadelphia. I love
Awesome.
you guys and listen, have a great night, Jeff, and I hope
All
to
right.
talk to you soon.
Yeah, I'll call you. I'll text you something. Saturday. I got that stupid thing all day, but Saturday I'll call you. We'll get together and or talk. We got some things to plan for the future here.
Yes, we do, man. We got a
All right.
bright future, me and you. All right. God
Awesome, man.
bless everybody. Much
All right.
love.
Take it easy. Ooh. All right. So what'd you guys think of that? I'm sorry I couldn't look at the I was too busy. I couldn't look at the comments. That was good. Yeah, man. I'm excited about that, you know. I'm real excited about it. I'm hopeful. I'm not saying I was worried or I get frustrated down there. But I'm hopeful now because now I have someone I could just go. Someone needs treatment. We can get them in a bed and stuff like that. So, I'm happy about that, man. I really am. I will go back and check the comments. Definitely. I plan on reading them. You know. Oh, he's out. Oh shit, Marlene. I didn't even. I wish I could have said. I wish I could have known that when he was still on here. That's he. Listen, I've been talking to him. Probably like 3 or 4 times so far. But like, me and him will get on the phone and we'll talk for an hour and 15 minutes and just shoot the shit. We have a good rapport, whatever. We talk good together. So I'm real excited about the future with this. And it just makes me, and they reached out to me because they know I like my channel's quote unquote, like the moral, the good one, stuff like that. And, when he said stuff like that to me, it was like, man, that like it made the last year like worth it of not showing them nodding out and just trying to have a morally good channel as much as possible. So kind of seeing the fruits of that labor, which is awesome. Robin, hey, I don't care what I am as long as we can help people get off the streets. So like I said, we'll do in the future. I'm going to set something up where me and him could do a semi, like a weekly, something like that. I think it'll work out good. What do you guys think? Good stuff? Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and read all the comments and stuff after this. Oh, Jim, I definitely am. Like I said, it's going to be I'm excited about it. Well, excited for the future now of the channel and everything. Definitely. All right, guys, it has been an hour already. I'm going to get going. We will we'll do this again Sunday. What do you think? Sunday night? Yeah, you're right. We do need all the help we can get. We do. Thanks, Delaney. I'm happy too, man. This is it's good times right now. Yeah, Michelle, watch the replay. I had Brian on doing. It was a great interview. It was a good one. I'll see you guys Sunday. Stay out of the snow tomorrow if you can. Try and stay warm. I love you guys. I'll see you later.